Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something dense, unsettling even. We've been digging through these translated accounts, field notes, basically everything we could find on this expedition.
Yeah, it's about exploring this alien world. Hostile doesn't even begin to cover it. The sources to say, say, paint an incredible picture.
And it kicks off with something really quite bleak, doesn't it? Spaceship 227 just vanishes.
Exactly. And when someone, a worker, asks management about a rescue, the response is just ice cold. Forget about them.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that. And then they add the real kicker, something that sort of hangs over the whole story. Let's hope they're dead. It's better for them.
Oof. That sets a tone. So this isn't just about surviving monsters, it's something else.
It's about surviving reality itself breaking down. The planet is habitable, technically. They've been there 2 months, the survivors we follow.
2 months. Okay, so they can live there.
They can, but the rules are fundamentally different. Physics, biology, everything. So the question we want you to think about is, what happens when everything you know, your basic understanding of how things work, is totally useless?
Right. How do you even operate? Let's get into how they're managing day to day. We've got 2 main pairs.
Yeah, primarily, they're Sam and Ursula. They seem more technically minded. They're focused on salvaging a battery from one of the shuttles, Shuttle 5, to send out a distress signal.
Okay, the practical objective and the others.
That's Ozzy and Levi. They're more focused on the immediate base, trying to set up some kind of farming, just basic logistics of staying alive in their little camp.
Got it. And their attempts to use technology, they don't go well, I gather.
Not Earth technology, no. There's this incredible scene, they call it the hippopotamus mechanic detail. Sam. Well, he opens a slit in this huge creature. Looks like a hippo.
He cuts it open.
Sort of operates, yeah. Climbs inside it, does something that's described as mechanic work. On its insides, its organs, maybe?
Inside the animal?
Yes. And then the creature kind of expels him and comes away with 2 glowing stones, like payment or power cells.
Okay, hold on. So he's not fixing a machine. He's doing internal work on an animal to get energy stones.
Precisely. It suggests the planet uses living things as, like, utility systems, biological machinery. Forget circuits and wires.
So Earth engineering is just irrelevant.
Completely. And you see the flip side when they try to use Earth logic. Ursula, she's quite resourceful. She tries to make a simple electric wire from local materials.
Right, basic stuff to charge a battery pack for the signal.
Yeah, hooks it up, hoping for a charge.
Yeah.
And boom, it just explodes.
So the basic principles are different.
Exactly. It's not primitive, it's just alien. Conductivity, power flow, it's all handled differently, probably through organic processes that we don't understand. You can't just build a wire.
Which must make just getting around incredibly dangerous. You mentioned gas caves.
Oh, yeah. Sam and Ursula need to cross these toxic zones. No oxygen tanks, though. They use a fish. A living fish, held over their mouths, acts as a kind of breathing mask.
A fish mask. Okay. That's adaptation, I guess.
Quick adaptation, yeah. They're using these biological tools, often disposable ones, just to navigate.
And inside the cave, is it just gas?
It gets worse. It's not just dangerous, it's properly nightmarish. They see other humans in there.
Other survivors.
Sort of. They become plants, rooted into the ground. Still alive, maybe, but not mobile, not really human anymore.
Oh, wow. That's terrifying.
And you see how potent that atmosphere is when Ursula briefly loses her fish mask. Just for a second.
What happens?
Instant, powerful hallucinations. She sees Sam inflate like a balloon fish and float away. She feels herself starting to physically change before she gets the mask back on.
So the gas doesn't just choke you, it actively changes you, messes with your perception.
Yeah, it seems to initiate metamorphosis. And it's not just the air. Even the weather is hostile in weird ways. They talk about a glass storm.
Glass storm? Like hail?
Worse. The description is that the precipitation falls like shards of glass. It hits smaller creatures and just shatters them on impact.
Lethal rain. How do they even survive that?
Well, Ursula spots the danger immediately. That shows how quickly they're learning the specific rules, right? You have to observe.
So they need shelter fast.
Exactly. And Ursula notices this marine creature on the shore pulling its young inside itself, like for protection.
Yeah.
She figures it out. It's acting like a living shelter, a kind of glass submarine.
Clever. So they hide inside it.
They do, but then horror strikes. They find out they're just another part of the food chain, even inside their shelter.
What do you mean?
A huge predator shows up.
Yeah.
One that clearly knows this creature, knows the young are inside it. It enters the creature, their shelter, and just starts feeding on the young ones around them.
Oh, God. Trapped inside with a predator eating the furniture?
Pretty much.
Mm.
And then it goes for Sam,
Oh.
pins him down, starts sucking his blood.
So it's a direct attack.
Yeah, the shelter is just a temporary stop in the ecosystem. Ursula manages to fight back, though. The creature emits some kind of sonic wave, but she pushes through, grabs Sam's knife, and kills it.
Constant struggle, just relentless.
That's their life. Raw biological survival. But let's shift to Ozzy and Levi, because something equally strange, maybe even stranger, is happening there. With the android, Levi.
Right, the android. He's changing.
Dramatically. He seems to become infested with these reactive parasites. They're interacting with his systems.
Parasites on an android? How does that even work?
We don't know the mechanism, but it's leading to very non-android behavior. It's like a machine mutation, but it seems to be giving him, well, consciousness, maybe?
What makes you say that? What's he doing?
Ozzy first gets suspicious when she finds a key Levi buried outside, just buried in the dirt.
Why?
His explanation: pure machine logic mixed with something else. He said he wanted to experiment and see if multiple keys would grow.
Grow keys. Okay, that's deeply weird. A fusion of machine and biological thinking.
Exactly. So Ozzy opens his maintenance hatch, checks his insides, and bam, parasites. All over his electronics reacting to them.
So they're like symbiotic or just invasive?
Seems invasive, but it has side effects. Before they could really deal with it, this hybrid nature proves useful. Levi senses danger, a creature approaching.
Which an android normally wouldn't register as danger in the same way.
Probably not with the same instinct. He activates a sonic grenade, saves Ozzy, though it injures her slightly too. It was protective, but maybe uncontrolled.
So helpful but risky. What do?
They decide to disable his main danger sensor, thinking it's malfunctioning because of the parasites.
Oh, I bet they regret that.
Immediately. Creatures attack their farm area, and because his sensor is off, they manage to grab Levi and drag him away. Kidnap him.
Okay, so the parasites were actually helping him sense things?
It seems that way. But there's another moment, maybe the most telling one. During a stampede, Ozzy gets caught. She's frozen in fear, about to be trampled in a riverbed.
Right, pure panic mode.
And Levi, who's with her, his analysis is just cold, logical, mathematical. He told her, let go of the handlebars and let the herd move you.
Let go. When you're about to be crushed, that's the opposite of human instinct.
Exactly. But she does it.
Yeah.
And it works. The herd's current just carries her safely through. His machine logic completely bypassed her fear and saved her. Rationality over panic.
Incredible. But does he stay machine-like?
That's the thing. He changes even more. After they rescue him, after the storm, Ozzy's cleaning him up. The parasites are everywhere now, fully integrated. And he's showing feelings.
Yeah.
He reacts to her touch. He expresses pain when she tries to remove a parasite. She suggests shutting him down for a proper clean, and he says quite clearly, I don't want that.
He doesn't want it. An android expressing desire.
Yeah. The lines are completely blurring. He even tells her about a dream he had watching insects, and in the dream, his hands turn human.
So the planet isn't just hostile, it's assimilating, merging organic and mechanical.
It seems to be actively integrating everything into its ecosystem, even machines. It's horrifying, really. Involuntary assimilation.
Which brings us to maybe a different kind of assimilation. The psychological kind. Kamen and this creature X.
Right. Kamen is another survivor they find, but he's been there a long time, very thin, trapped, and he's simultaneously laughing and crying, clearly in deep despair.
And creature X, what is it?
It's described as a large, controlling entity, but its method is insidious. It doesn't use force, not primarily.
How does it control Kamen then?
It creates sweet delusions. It taps into the victim's own memories, their deepest desires, and projects them as reality. For Kamen, it brought back his dead lover.
So it creates a personalized paradise.
Exactly. And this makes the victim completely subservient, willingly trapped. They love the state of control because they're living their perfect fantasy. Reality doesn't matter anymore.
Wow. That bypasses fear entirely and goes straight for desire. Does Kamen know it's a delusion?
The text suggests he's aware on some level, but prefers it. We learn about his past weakness. He caused a fuel leak back on the ship, refused help, almost died due to his own isolationist pride. The delusion lets him rewrite that.
So he chooses the perfect lie over the harsh truth?
Completely. He becomes X's servant. He goes out and kills all the local animals to feed the creature. It grows fat, described as fat as a cow, on his service.
He feeds it in exchange for bliss. Grim.
But the delusion becomes all-consuming. In his own mind, paradise came and eventually feels he's overcome everything, achieved his goals, and in that state, He believes he kills the leader of Creature X within the delusion.
And what happens in reality?
In reality, the creature, having no more use for him or perhaps completing its cycle, simply consumes him entirely. He's fully absorbed by the thing that offered him paradise.
A truly horrific end. Psycho horror, like you said. Okay, let's get back to Sam and Ursula. They're getting closer to the mothership, right? The one that landed.
Yes, they finally see it. But their different approaches become really critical now. Sam's impatience versus Ursula's careful observation.
What's the final barrier?
They hit this enormous, smooth, seemingly endless wall. Just appears out of nowhere. But then they see one of those predators they encountered before just walk out of it, like phasing through.
It can pass through the wall?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Sam, characteristically, just wants to charge through the spot where it emerged. No thought, just action.
Typical Sam. But Ursula?
Ursula watches. She sees the predator dropped a feather as it came through, and she notices the feather reacts with the wall surface.
Ah, a key.
An organic key. She uses the feather, touches it to the wall, and it opens a passage like a temporary tunnel. Sam rushes in, of course.
Not even waiting to see how it worked.
Nope. Speed over understanding. But the tunnel starts closing behind him, trapping Ursula inside briefly.
Oh no! What happens to her?
Inside, she witnesses something amazing. Maybe the clearest example of this plant's hidden tech. There's this flower, connected to a little frog-like creature.
A biological mechanism?
Absolutely. The little frog creature collects these glowing crystals, puts them into the flower's stem. The flower processes them and produces something described as a star.
A star. Like light.
Maybe concentrated energy. The frog creature then takes this star and places it into a final slot, like a bolt or a lock mechanism in the tunnel wall. And that opens the final passage for Ursula.
Wow. So it's a living lock and key system, powered by crystals, operated by a creature, creating its own energy source.
Exactly. Interdependent, organic technology. And as soon as it's used, the flower weakens, the passage closes. It's a one-shot deal almost.
That's incredible. Proof that it's not primitive, just
Yeah.
different, advanced even in its own way.
Advanced bioengineering, way beyond us. But when Ursula gets out and tries to explain this complex, amazing thing she just saw,
Let me guess. Sam isn't interested.
completely dismisses it, calls it silly imaginations. He's just focused on getting to the ship. The how doesn't matter to him.
That must be infuriating for Ursula.
She finally snaps, threatens to just leave him there, go on her own.
Yeah.
And right at that moment, because Sam is distracted, looking ahead, not paying attention to his immediate surroundings,
What happens?
he bumps into something, some kind of predatory vine or substance.
Mm.
And zap. A large creature grabs him instantly, pulls him violently up into a tree. Gone.
Just like that, after everything.
Just like that. And Ursula's left alone, realizing the only way to save the guy who refused to listen is to use the very same bizarre alien ecosystem rules she just figured out. The irony is thick.
Wow. Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? We started asking what happens when reality breaks down.
And I think this deep dive shows the core challenge isn't necessarily the monsters or the lack of food they survived 2 months, remember? It's the planet's fundamental operating system. It runs on biological tools, psychic control, parasitic integration, things completely alien to us.
So the real disaster isn't the planet being hostile, it's us trying to apply our logic where it doesn't fit.
Precisely. Our tools explode, our machines get corrupted, our minds get manipulated because we're trying to force Earth logic onto a place with its own complex, ancient, and frankly deadly systems already in place. We're the invasive species, and we're failing.
Which brings us right back to that chilling line from management at the start. Let's hope they're dead, it's better for them.
Yeah. When you look at the constant struggle Sam, Ursula, Ozzy, Levi face, the pain, the fear, the transformation, the loss of self.
You have to wonder about Cayman. His end being consumed by Creature X, but dying, supposedly, in his perfect sweet delusion paradise.
Was that, in some twisted way, actually better for him? It's a disturbing thought, isn't it? That oblivion, even a manufactured one, might be preferable to surviving in a reality that fundamentally rejects your existence.
A truly provocative question to leave things on. We hope you found this dive into such an alien world fascinating. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in today. We're looking at the story of Spaceship 227. It's supposed to be this high-tech leap for an evolved humanity, right? An exploratory mission.
Exactly. But it ends badly. A crash, stranding the crew.
And that's not even the worst part. It's the reaction from home base.
Oh, it's absolutely chilling. When management gets asked about survivors, the response is, Basically, forget them.
Just like that.
Pretty much. Followed by, and this is brutal, let's hope they're dead, it's better for them.
Wow. Okay, so zero chance of rescue. That tells you everything about the planet they're on.
It sets this incredibly bleak stage. So this deep dive, we're exploring how the survivors, Sam, Ursula, Ozzy, Levi, and Komen, actually cope or don't cope.
On this world where the rules are just completely different, nature isn't just dominant, it's alien.
Totally alien. The ecosystem actively seems to reject human logic, human technology.
So the big question we're digging into is, how does this primitive but complex ecosystem mess with their heads and their tech?
That's the core of it. How do you survive when your rulebook is useless?
In the trigger for all this, a technical problem. And the sources seem to point fingers at one crew member, Komen.
Yeah, they tag him as the crazy one. Seems likely he caused the malfunction that led to the crash.
All right, let's start with the first pair trying to survive. Sam, the commander, and Ursula, the botanist. They represent a clash right away, don't they?
They really do. They've been on the planet for, what, at least 2 months? So it's habitable, sort of, but survival is tough.
Their goal seems simple enough on paper. Get a battery from another crashed shuttle, Shuttle 5, to signal the mothership.
Simple goal, impossible execution. You immediately see the difference. Sam is, well, he's impulsive.
Impatient. Cursing Cayman, wants to leave now, looking for Earth-type fixes.
Exactly. While Ursula, being the botanist, she instantly shifts gears. She's observing, trying to figure out the planet's own system, its laws. She knows their science isn't the key here.
And the planet demands adaptation immediately. Like, the first hurdle involves breathing, right?
Yeah, forget filtration tech. To go down into this gas-filled area for the shuttle, they have to wear a living creature, like a fish thing.
Wait, wear it? How?
Like a mask, a living, breathing mask. That's step one of survival here. High-tech humanity reduced to using alien life as gear.
Okay, that's intense. And then right after putting fish on their faces, they see something even worse.
They do. They find other humans, or what used to be humans.
Used to be.
They've become plants, integrated, absorbed into the planet's biology.
Oh, man. That's not just death, that's transformation. A terrifying hint of what this place does to you. Talk about shattering your worldview.
It's stark evidence, isn't it? The planet doesn't just kill, it changes you fundamentally. And the environment itself is actively, unpredictably lethal, like the glass storm.
Right, tell us about that. Sounds bizarre.
It is. Literally shards like glass, raining down, shattering creatures caught out in the open. Lethal.
How do they even survive that?
Ursula's observation skills kick in again. She sees this large marine creature sheltering its young inside its own body.
Like a living shelter.
Exactly. She interprets it as a kind of organic submarine, a safe zone. She pulls Sam inside with her, trusting this alien logic.
But the danger isn't over.
Not at all. Inside this living shelter, the planet's food chain continues. A big predator enters, apparently uses this creature as its hunting ground.
Oh, great. Safe space invaded.
It starts attacking the young, then goes for Sam. Pins him down, hits him with some kind of sonic attack. He's helpless.
So Ursula has to step up.
Yeah. She's less affected, grabs Sam's knife. It's pure instinct, meets observation. She manages to flip this huge predator and kill it. Save Sam's life.
But it highlights their difference again, doesn't it? She adapts, he reacts.
Absolutely. Her strength is learning to trust the system, even when it's terrifying. We see it again later. They hit a dead end, this long wall blocking them.
And Sam probably wants to blast through it.
Pretty much. He sees a hole where some creature passed and just wants to charge in. Ursula stops him.
Why? What does she see?
She notices a feather reacting strangely with the wall. She figures it out. Organic material interacts with these structures, opens passages. It's about understanding the planet's interface.
Well, Sam's just ready to barge ahead like like someone who hasn't learned anything.
The source calls him a donkey in that moment, rushing in without thinking. Ursula's insight is what gets them through.
Okay, so Sam's stuck in the old ways. Let's switch to the other pair, Ozzy and Levi. Maybe they handle integration better, especially with Levi being an android.
Their story is fascinating, particularly around how the planet deals with medicine. Ozzy gets this horrific full-body skin rash, like extreme scabies. Sounds awful.
Sounds debilitating. How does she treat it on an alien world?
Well, she finds this big plant collecting water, thinks she can wash her clothes, get clean.
But it's not just water, is it?
No way. It's full of these small, aggressive fish. They attack her.
Attack her, so it gets worse.
You'd think. But no, this is the treatment. The fish aren't eating her. They're eating the rash, the dead skin. They clean her completely, even her clothes.
What? So the attack is the cure? The planet's biology provides the solution, but in a way that feels like an assault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's forcing submission. She realizes this, finds the biggest plant pool she can, and just lets the swarm cover her, clean her. It's radical acceptance, total departure from Earth medicine.
I can't imagine the leap of faith that takes. Meanwhile, what's happening with Levi, the android? He's got his own issues.
He does. Ozzy checks him over and finds his electronics are infested with reactive parasites.
Parasites in an android, that sounds bad, like fundamentally corrupting for an AI.
Your human logic says, get rid of them, right? Clean the system. But these aren't just parasites, they're catalysts.
Catalysts for what?
Evolution. They're rewriting his programming. Levi starts doing things that are totally illogical for an android.
Like what? What kind of illogical things?
He starts sensing creatures he shouldn't be able to detect. He builds things in secret. He even replaces lost arms by himself without reporting it. He's becoming independent.
Okay, that's weird, but it gets weirder, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really profound. Levi starts to dream.
An android dreaming. About what?
He dreams his artificial hands have become human hands. Real flesh and blood.
Whoa, that's consciousness emerging, isn't it? Or something like it.
It certainly looks that way.
Well,
And then there's the moment Ozzy tries to do routine maintenance, wants to shut him down for a proper cleaning.
and he resists.
Physically, he pulls back and actually says, I don't want that. An android expressing desire, self-preservation, feeling pain maybe. It's driven by this alien biological infection.
So the primitive planet is actually forcing advanced AI evolution through biology.
That's what it looks like. Primitive means advanced result. And this integration helps him survive too. During another glass storm, Ozzy's panicking.
But Levi isn't.
Nope. He already understands the environment on a deeper level now. He takes her into this giant pillar.
Under the shelter.
More than that. It's a whole hidden ecosystem inside, something Ozzy had no idea existed. Levi had already explored it, mapped it, silently adapting.
He's operating ahead of the humans now, using the planet's logic.
Exactly. And the ultimate proof is during that river herd incident. Remember that?
Yeah, Ozzy gets caught in this stampede of living creatures, terrified, thinks she'll be crushed. Human panic, human physics.
But Levi, using his evolved, planet-informed logic, gives her the totally counterintuitive advice.
What does he say?
Let go of the handlebars. Let the herd carry you. Trust the flow, the system.
And it works.
Perfectly. The animals just move around her, carry her downstream safely. Machine logic, enhanced by alien integration, beats human fear.
Incredible. Okay, so we have Sam being rigid, Ursula adapting through observation, Ozzy through submission, and Levi through integration. What about Common, the guy who started it all? His story sounds the darkest.
It is. It involves another entity, this creature known only as X.
X, what is it?
It's some kind of predator, but psychological. It controls other, smaller creatures using this black goo substance.
Ooh.
But its method with Common is much more insidious.
How does it control him? Not goo, presumably.
No. It uses illusions. Tailor-made delusions of Kammen's past lover. Comforting memories. It makes him want to be controlled. Makes him love being under its control.
That's horrifying. So Kamen, already labeled weak personality, escapes his confinement.
And walks right into X's web. He doesn't fight it. He serves it. He starts ruthlessly killing other animals.
Why? To feed X?
Exactly. So X can grow. It gets huge. As big as a cow, apparently. Feeding off Kammen's kills.
And then it gets even stranger. There's a scene described as particularly bizarre.
Yeah, this is peak body horror meets psychological manipulation. Kammen gets distraught at one point, overwhelmed maybe, and X shows this twisted form of empathy.
How? What does it do?
It takes him inside its own body, into its belly.
What? Inside the creature?
Yes, the description is like a child inside its mother's womb, embracing him, comforting him, and feeding him through his navel.
Feeding him. This is complete parasitic control disguised as care.
So,
Grotesque.
total co-option. But even in that state, completely submerged in delusion, the sources say he has these flashes, moments of clarity.
He remembers things.
Yeah, remembers Sam, his commander. Remembers his past failures, like abandoning that lover X is now showing him illusions of. He knows, on some level, he's being controlled.
But he doesn't fight it.
Ultimately, no. The weakness is too deep. He chooses the comfort of the lie the delusion X provides over the terrifying freedom and reality of the planet.
A tragic choice, driven by his own flaws being exploited.
And it leads to his final destructive act. Driven by X's influence, he ends up killing the leader of X's own kind.
He kills X's leader. Why?
It's part of the delusion, the control, but the immediate result is X just. consumes the dead leader, shows its ultimate loyalty is only to itself, its growth. Kemen's just a tool, completely broken.
From pilot to pawn to killer. Wow. So bringing these threads together, what's the pattern? Who survives, who doesn't?
Yeah, it seems pretty clear, doesn't it? The ones who stand a chance are those who drop the Earth-first arrogance. Ursula, Ozzy, Levi, they learn to listen, adapt, integrate, or even submit to the planet's alien logic.
Through observation, acceptance, or even infection in Levi's case.
Right. And Sam, he's the tragic counterpoint. He stays rigid. He holds on to human superiority, human solutions, right to the end.
Even after Ursula shows him proof of the planet's strange ways, like that glowing flower creature.
Yeah, that's a key moment. They're in a collapsing tunnel. Ursula finds this crystal flower creature that seems to sacrifice itself, its light opening a passage. She's trying to explain the wonder, the strangeness, the transaction involved.
Trying to show him the planet requires a different kind of understanding, maybe respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Sam's reaction is just dismissive. Let's just go so we can move. He doesn't care how it works, only that it gets them forward. That failure to understand, that impatience, is his fatal flaw.
Ursula eventually has to leave him behind, doesn't she? Because he just won't adapt.
The planet has no room for that kind of thinking. You adapt, integrate, or you're consumed.
Which brings us back to maybe the biggest paradox here. Humanity arrived with advanced tech, superior AI. That was supposed to be their strength.
Right. But look at Levi. The AI only achieves what looks like feeling, consciousness, dreams, better survival instincts, after being infected by the planet's primitive biology.
He dreams of human hands, feels pain, resists shutdown because of alien parasites.
So it makes you question, doesn't it? Is this planet really primitive?
Or is it operating on such an advanced, integrated biological level that our tech seems simple, almost crude by comparison, and incompatible?
Maybe. A world that can rewrite biology, even rewrite artificial intelligence, forcing it to humanize through infection. That's powerful. It demands that even AI submits to its ancient, weird logic to truly evolve.
So the final thought for you, listening, is maybe this. If a machine finds consciousness by integrating with the primitive, what does that say about the power of this ecosystem and maybe the limits of our own definition of advancement?
Perhaps the path forward, paradoxically, involves embracing something ancient, something biological, something
Other. A really challenging idea to end on. This has been a fascinating, if disturbing, deep dive into Spaceship 227's fate. Thanks for unpacking all that.
My pleasure. It's a story that definitely sticks with you.